Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now it's Jackson. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Again, Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Montravius Adams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Taking it about the 36. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them. First down, Prescott. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll get 34 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Elliott. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in there.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the 1st down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
This is caught. It's Crabtree. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He got 29 yards that time. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a... And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On second down, Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
All right, let me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Pulled in at the 24. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. He's at the 30. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here are special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try the right side with Elliott. It's a room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now an option play on second down.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
So he looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw again on second down. Jackson to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Ravens on third down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Escape. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by Julius Peppers. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. A first down carry by Elliott.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. But maybe some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today.